Good Lord. So predictable, so pointless. Does she really expect us to fall for this one again? So literally having Harry totally out of the picture for weeks and weeks and weeks, with a private war going on because she refused to speak out publicly in support of her husband over this Bali disaster.
So Meghan Markle pops up on Instagram with a clip of Harry surfing. Except, plot twist, it's not him bravely riding waves in Malibu. It's him in a man-made pool that generates perfect, risk-free waves. Basically, surf camp for beginners. To make it worse, the video wasn't even new. It was recycled. She slapped a fox emoji on it and captioned it like it was some grand reveal. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming.
Just as everyone's waking up to what's really going on, just as with Love Meghan Series 2 is about to be announced, we get this. Not a new picture. No. An old AI image of Harry apparently surfing in what is actually a large pool, with Meghan posting, "We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this important message," with an emoji of a fox. Yes, really. The Royal Grift put this surfing video side by side and actually believes that it probably has used some type of AI technology. But as Niall Gardner said, it isn't the real point. Prince Harry surfs while Prince William serves the British people. A massive difference in class and character. While the Royal News Network added, Meghan apparently needed to boost Harry's ego by praising a man, or as she puts it, who apparently a fox, who can apparently only surf in a giant pool that always generates the perfect wave. This is lame. Let us know if Harry can ever put on his big boy britches and make it into the ocean. But there is something going on here, and what is going on is that Harry is at rock bottom. I have zero sympathy. I have absolutely zero sympathy. I think he deserves to be where he is. But Rob Shooter, in a news scoop overnight, has reported that Prince Harry has a new title inside the Sussex household. Not Duke, not Spare, but Fox. Meghan Markle's pet name went public when she posted surfing videos of Harry with Salt and Pepper's "What a Man" blaring, captioned with a fox emoji. But insiders tell Shooter Scoop this isn't just a sweet nickname, it's therapy. An insider revealing Harry needs constant reassurance that he's attractive. He'll straight up ask Meghan, "Do you think I'm good looking?" It's a daily thing. He thrives on compliments. Meghan plays along, branding him as her rugged leading man. But friends whisper she knows Harry doesn't exactly stack up to her Hollywood crushes. In the past, Meghan admitted to swooning over Luke Perry's Dylan McKay, praising Kerry Washington's commanding presence, and even having a small crush on Dominic Cooper. Harry is many things. Soldier royal dad, a Hollywood source said. But he's not Dylan McKay or Dominic Cooper. Meghan calls him her fox because it's a safe way to sell him as her heartthrob. The strategy has a pattern. Whenever Harry feels insecure, Meghan builds him back up, another source added. He needs to be told he's handsome, that people still see him as desirable. Without those words, he spirals. And Rob Shooter concludes Meghan isn't just married to her fox, she's managing the most high-maintenance leading man in Netflix history. But Brittany, from the Royal News Network, who joins me now, at the end of the day, she's also using this as a very, very cynical, and I would argue very transparent, publicity stunt just one day before the launch of With Love Meghan Series 2, which is not tracking well.
No, definitely not. If this was an attempt to boost her ratings for her show, it was a dismal failure. I mean, why bring up this video of Harry swimming again or surfing in a giant swimming pool? How is that supposed to help her series? I am very confused by that idea because it has nothing to do with her show at all. And I think it's just a very cynical way on her part, even to boost Harry. I mean, this is, again, probably the lamest piece of surfing footage.
The timing was obvious. This little stunt dropped right before With Love, Meghan Series 2, which is tanking in ratings and reviews. In other words, classic Meghan. When the heat gets too much, she tries to distract us with something shiny. Problem is, it was so lame people were rolling their eyes. Critics joke Harry was a pool surfer while William is out there serving the British people. That's a level of contrast people are seeing. Harry plays, William works.
And Brittany, this is hardly going to take away the rumours, shall we say, about just how tense things have been over the past few weeks specifically, because it's an old video, nothing new of them together.
Right. And it's just one of those videos where I'm like, what was the purpose of this? Was he feeling like, I almost get the sense Harry was feeling particularly bad that day, had some sort of setback. And Meghan was like, oh, honey, I'll make you feel better. I'll post a video on Instagram telling the world that you're a fox. I mean, it's so shallow and it's just so pointless. But of course, that is Meghan in so many ways. She does the bare minimum for him. She has asked him to give up his whole life in order to please her. And so he's just there and everything's sort of a miserable endeavor at this point. It's just he's barely treading water, I'm sure, in many ways. And getting a little high from going to a surf camp is the best he can do right now.
But Brittany, things are very troubled in the life of Prince Harry, because do you remember literally a matter of months ago, we discussed it here, he had come out and point blank denied the speculation that he was planning to make this documentary on his mother, Princess Diana, knowing full well that it went against the cast iron promise that he had made to Prince William at the last anniversary of her death, the last major anniversary of her death, the 20th anniversary, that would be it. They would let her rest in peace. And he came out and denied this and claimed that all of us that were speculating on the fact that he was using this as like the little bit of bait to try and get the first look deal with Netflix, he called us liars. And of course, what's happened now? Well, it's been confirmed. Brittany, this is happening, or at least the talks are ongoing. It was The Sun that revealed this story, Brittany. Absolutely no pushback this time from Prince Harry. Several proposals for shows were raised during renewal talks, and their royal editor, Matt Wilkinson, reports a Princess Diana documentary is on the long list of potential shows Netflix could produce with Prince Harry and Meghan as part of their first look agreement. The idea of the Duke of Sussex being involved in a programme to mark 30 years since his mother's death has been discussed as the streaming giant enters a new deal with the couple. Harry is considering a documentary to coincide with the death in 2027. An industry source said if Harry wants to do it with Netflix, then Netflix will bite his hand off. Such a documentary featuring Harry would be a ratings winner for Netflix, which has not had a hit with the Sussexes since their 2022 six-parter, Harry and Meghan. So this is all being discussed, Brittany, in a commercial sense. Nothing about why he's doing that, why he thinks this is a good idea, why he wants to break his word, his solemn promise to Prince William.
What all of this shows is that Harry and Meghan have no plan, no strategy, and no real allies left. Every move is reactive. Distract from a flop with an old surfing video. Push a Diana doc when Netflix grows bored. Ghost Tyler Perry when he faces bad press. Copy Pamela Anderson when desperate for lifestyle credibility. Meanwhile, the royals play the long game.
Yes, it's utterly horrific of Harry to do this, Dan. Like, it's a complete break in trust with William. And of course, Harry has broken this trust numerous times at this point. And sadly, it's just a reflection about how Harry and Meghan, I mean, they have nothing. Let's be honest. They have nothing to offer to Netflix but the royal drama. That's all they've got. And so this was their only option. I mean, I can understand why this little endeavor is the only reason Netflix re-signed them in many ways, because the offerings in the future of like a holiday special for With Love Megan, the documentary, the short documentary, and then their Meet Me at the Lake, which is still well into, like, hasn't even barely gotten out of pre-production. I can totally understand why Netflix would be interested in the Diana history. And Harry, he's not doing this as a way to, let's say, find his mother, find reconciliation or something like that. Mariska Hargitay recently did a very good documentary about her mother, which was really fascinating and done with a lot of love, and with her other siblings with it. So they all participated in this documentary. William would be appalled by this. I'm sure he is incensed. And Harry is totally willing to do it. And Netflix is completely willing to capitalize and make money off Harry's stupidity here.
Yes, but what was so fascinating to me, Brittany, is that when you get to the small print, it's made clear, and this is a bit of a threat to Netflix too, that he could make the documentary or the series with another partner too. So very much sort of saying to Netflix that he wants to go ahead with this regardless. Now, Tom Sykes, who runs the brilliant Royalist Substack, has reported that friends fear William and Harry's toxic feud could drive them to make rival documentaries about Diana. He says William will have to fight back, according to sources. What do you think of that, Brittany? Because I'm not sure. I think William made this solemn vow and he will let Harry shame himself. I don't see William changing his mind and making a rival documentary.
I mean, it's difficult to say, but I can understand in this particular instance that William will want to fight back in many ways, because I can see this being, as Harry called it to his own family and government, a stitch-up job. So I can see Harry going with wild theories about what happened to Diana and everything, whereas I would be so much more interested in hearing a documentary from William on this matter, because I think he was probably one of the people in the world who knew his mother best, and I feel like could give a very measured reflection of her life. And Harry can't do that because Diana is a saint. You know, Meghan is the reincarnation of Diana. So I feel like we'll get this very much over dramatized, over exerted piece about the sanctity of Diana in many ways, and shaming the royal family for what happened to her when it was really her choice to get in the car with the drunk driver. And so I very hesitant to say whether or not there'll be another documentary made, but I could see William participating in another one if somebody decides to do one, just to have a way to fight back a little bit, or just make it so incredibly difficult for Harry to get any sort of material for it, whether it's pictures, audio, video, that it would make the documentary almost impossible. I could see William definitely going down the litigation route in this instance to protect the memory of his mother.
Catherine will return to duties in her own time and be celebrated for it. William holds firm on protecting Diana's memory. Charles keeps his son at arm's length, refusing to reward tantrums with reconciliation. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Honestly, Harry and Meghan are painting themselves into a corner. They've run out of goodwill, their Hollywood dreams are failing, and they are burning bridges faster than they can build them. Harry's at rock bottom, Meghan's recycling content, and the only thing keeping them afloat is the one thing they swore they wanted to escape, exploiting Diana's ghost and trashing the royal family. That's not a career. That's a slow-motion car crash. And the sad part is, Meghan will survive it. She'll pivot, rebrand, maybe divorce, and chase the next Hollywood trend. Harry? He's the one who will be left with nothing, clutching his surfboard in a pool while the world laughs. That's the long and short of it. A PR stunt dressed up as affection, a broken promise about Diana, loyalty tossed aside, Pamela Anderson stealing her thunder, and late-night TV turning them into punchlines. Meghan's playbook is tired, Harry looks miserable, and the royal family is quietly winning by simply doing, well, nothing.